Oh, we are smoking up. Holy crap. All right, we're done. I think it went from nothing to something like the flip of a switch. Dude, it's not good. Smokes a ton. Knock, 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 knock. It sounds bad. All right, that's a really interesting phone call. Just got off the phone with a guy on a 2019 Chevy Colorado that says he follows us on YouTube and stuff, and he wanted to visit us because he's passing through the country, and he is unfortunately visiting us on worse terms than he expected. He called us, he's quite a ways away, broke down because he was going up a hill. All of a sudden he heard like this popping sound. The RPMs apparently spiked, and then it started running really rough. And he's on the back of a tow truck headed our way now. So I told him we're a ways out, but we're gonna do our best to get him in. We'll see when it gets here what the heck is going on. It's a long 3-day weekend with Memorial, so.
3 days later.
All right, so we got the keys dropped off. It was over the weekend that the truck ended up showing up on the back of a tow truck. So let's grab the keys, let's go out and listen to it. He wrote that it started shaking. Sounds really bad, so we're gonna find out what's going on, but let's grab the keys, hear how bad this thing sounds. It's a 19 Colorado. We can take your guess now. He was going up a hill, heard a pop, RPM spiked, and it still runs, but he says it shakes and sounds really bad.
Is it a diesel or gas?
I don't know, actually.
Is that a BabyMax or a
BabyMax for a Colorado.
Yeah, toddler max.
Toddler Max. I don't know. I don't know if it's a diesel or gas. We'll take bets either way.
Because if it's a gas, I'm betting the oil looks terrible and it's got VVT issues.
Ah, okay. That would cause a shaking, and
Would be my guess.
okay, but if it's a BabyMax,
Then he probably had an injector that burned a hole in the piston.
got an Apple tag. He knows we're looking for him. Okay, Tyson. I don't have too many details, so I'm asking you to shoot in the dark here.
Okay.
2019 Colorado, going up a hill, heard a pop, RPM spiked, and now it's running rough and shakes and sounds bad.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
Sorry, the misfire.
Misfire. Okay, it seems like misfire's the...
Did he say the check engine light came on?
He didn't say that. No, he didn't say it here in the note, and he didn't say it on the phone call. Sounds like it was just pretty bad to the point where he towed it from quite a distance, I think like southern Utah to here.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, I don't even know where the dang truck is, so we're gonna go do a scavenger hunt. I'm walking out here trying to find this Colorado, and there it is. There's a moment to pause here. When I often get stressed, I remember this time that my dad pulled me off to the side because I was just freaking out. We either had too little of work at that point, and I was just panicked. And my dad pulled me out at the back of the shop, and he was like, you need to chill with your attitude and panic. And he pointed to the mountains here, and he's like, look at all that's around us, all of God's greatness, like, we're gonna be okay. And I often think of times like this when I come out to a parking lot, especially over the Memorial Day weekend. We had a lot of trucks and stuff brought in. And look, our parking lot is full. As I'm saying this, it sounds terrible. We're busy. Unfortunately, we're busy because of issues, and that sucks for them, but we're here to take care of them. So grateful to be busy. Sorry for anybody out there that's broken down or your truck's here. We're sorry for that, but we're gonna try and take care of you. And if your truck's broke down in here, think of all the good things in life that are going on. There's good mechanics out there, whether it's us or anybody else out there. There's a good world. So totally a sidetrack, but let's fire this up. See what we got going on. Man, this is a nice truck though. It is the Duramax. We call it a BabyMax. It's an awesome engine, but it's just a smaller than the full-size V8. 80,000 miles, 80,622. Okay, we've got a service exhaust system, exhaust fluid system, so it might just be low. Oh man. All right. Well, that's not good. I'm gonna call Kyle. We're gonna get Kyle in on this and see if he can look at this truck. I do not want to run it long with it sounding like that. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm wondering if I can pull a Chevy Colorado around to your bay. It's got a pretty gnarly sound, like a knocking. Do you have time where I can pull that in? Do you have a bay open and we can listen to it?
I'm in the front of the shop right now looking at a Ranger. You can kind of pull it right behind me if you wanted to.
Where like Jake's is at?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming in hot, dude. This thing, I may not even make it over to you. Okay, all right, I'm coming over to you.
Okay. Ready?
All right, little bear, let's go. You might be the only power in this truck. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Almost full throttle. Oh, we are smoking up, holy crap. All right, we're done, we're done. We made it all of, I think, 6 inches, and it's not long enough. We are not going anywhere, so we're gonna grab our trusty old golf cart, tow it over to Kyle, because I do not feel comfortable pushing this thing any more than the foot that we tried to get it. So we got some serious issues. Dude, it's not good. It's the BabyMax. But I made it all of a foot, and the thing was smoking, sounds really bad. It's bad news, whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, it's gotten 0 power, smokes a ton, knock, 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 knock. It sounds bad. All right, where's the golf cart? Oh, right there. Okay, this guy doesn't know we're doing this. We just hired somebody up in the office today. This is the first test. So, can you help me tow a vehicle?
Yeah.
Do you want to drive the golf cart or the Colorado?
I'll drive the golf cart.
Okay.
I have extreme experience in this, so
Do ya?
that's how we get all the race cars around.
On golf carts?
Yeah, we tow them through the paddock. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're the right guy for the job, dude. This is our Red Beauty.
Okay.
What we're gonna do though is we're gonna go by the front of both buildings and we're gonna loop around
Okay.
to the back of this shop over here.
The backside, what we can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Keep up speed. Just cruising along. Look at good old Jason. Always here for a helping hand. Thanks, Jason. I think it will. We might need a little Jason horsepower. Yep. Yeah, just pull up to the right of that truck. Well, I didn't make it far. I made it about a foot.
A little bit of movement?
And then decided, yeah, it sounds.
You think movement loss because transmission or engine power?
I think engine power.
Engine power?
He was smoking a bunch. He said that he was climbing a hill. I don't think he was towing anything, but he was climbing a hill, higher RPM, heard a popping type noise or some sort of noise, started shaking, running really bad, pulled over, had to get a tow truck, like just could not drive anymore.
It doesn't feel ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in there. Pretty dark, but maybe a tiny bit grimy. A little extra grimy for the material or something like that, but
I can fire it up for you.
yeah, well, I guess we try to listen to it first thing. hard. Tensioner's bouncing. Sounds like an exhaust leak a little bit too, but that is noisy.
You want me to shut it off?
Yeah, keep it going for 1 second.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of smoke.
It's definitely pretty loud. There's a freaking exhaust leak coming out of the back of the turbo, I can tell. I think it's missing a bolt, and I can push up on it and it actually quiets it down just a hair. But
that won't be a running issue.
no, I mean, it has a moderate amount of blow-by too, but they almost look like 2 have been replaced.
Yeah, it sure looks like it.
Right? Those back 2 look a little worse off than these front.
Yeah. I don't know if he's just, because when I did accelerate, or tried to accelerate at least, it was dumping a ton of black smoke.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks, I would say those have to have been replaced. Somebody's been in here kind of recently. Maybe need to find out a little bit of repair history.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's running real rough. The thing's shaking like crazy, too. And not crazy amount of pressure in the cooling system either. Looks all right, smells all right.
He's got a ton of oil or something over here.
This whole front left is pretty oily.
Really?
Ridiculous, I guess, but this is a high point. But there's tons of oil all down this one side, and I mean, there's really no other oil that should be coming out from that point. It's definitely some coming through. I mean, a little bit sometimes, but I don't know, maybe that turbo took a crap too.
Right.
Definitely got some blow-by, heavy vibration.
I think it went from nothing to something like the flip of a switch. What are our options? We could pull the oil filter, see if it's got metal in it.
Yeah, which isn't too bad at all, really. We could do that pretty easily.
If it looks okay, what is your next thought?
I feel like there might be something with that turbo too. I mean, with that exhaust leak too, but the lack of power. I mean, let me kind of get a feel for the throttle for a second.
Okay.
I mean, there really isn't much throttle response either. Very high lack of throttle. It's obviously smoking like crazy. It's a moderate possibility of injector. The black smoke, I don't seem to see it in the oil at this point, but we should probably pull that oil filter and kind of see.
I wonder if we pull the front of this intake hose and...
Yeah. Pull filter, pull air intake, and get a feel for that turbo.
Right, and then...
Because it could be, I mean, it could be a little bit of both kind of thing, but not that much black smoke just on a little Excel though too.
If we don't find anything, then we can get this report for the customer and then call him back and say, this looks good and that looks good, if they do, and then let him know.
A little bit of service history of if he did replace these and maybe of a why. Especially, it seems like just 2 out of the 4.
Yeah, look, I mean, look at that hose.
Yeah, you got the zip tie over the little clamps for the returns.
Yeah.
And just those bodies look, and obviously with the, you can see the thread difference right there.
Right.
So I'd imagine they had to have been replaced kind of recently. Take a couple peeks and see if we find something obvious. That air filter ain't doing any justice either, so.
No, it's just suffocating it. What we always try and do as a service center is provide as much value as we can in our initial assessment or diagnosis. I often explain it to customers this way, is when you go into a doctor's office, the doctor will do his initial evaluation on you, but if he's got to send you off for blood test, x-ray, CAT scan, whatever like that, that is an additional fee for discovery or diagnosis. Same thing for a mechanic. In our initial doctor's office visit, we've pulled it around, we're doing some more investigation here. We'll present to this particular customer what we found, good or bad. If we need to do anything beyond that, whether it's some information gathering, it looks like he's had some work done on the fuel system, we'll gather that information. or let them know what needs to be done additional. Potentially at this point, compression test, could be a handful of other things. So you want to let your customer know what you've done up to this point to provide value, and that value being information, and then what needs to be done additionally. Stuff like this, we talked about it earlier, is tough news to deal with a customer this way. Whatever you can do to help educate them on what you found and be there with them for this tough journey, that's all you can do sometimes as a service center. Oh
Yeah,
man.
buddy. Doing no favors there.
Okay, that's restricted. Jeez, we got a lot of oil.
I mean, there's some place, it's not, it's like almost abnormal, but not quite. But spinning wise, it kind of does give it a little stop, but that could be because it's just the oil in there.
Any weird, are any of those fins damaged or?
Let me grab a mirror real fast just to really be able to see. I mean, I don't see any obvious damage, but it is sucking a lot of oil through there.
Potential causes for that could be, you know, if he's got excessive blow-by or something.
And there's definitely signs of blow-by in this thing.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's seeing that oil on that side, that could all just be going through that intercooler too.
yeah. All right, so we'll pull the oil filter and see.
I say we do that. That looks like a little bit of metal right there to me. Is that
Oh
big
yeah.
chunk right there?
Uh-huh. Oh. I don't know.
A couple other pieces. Or right there
Yeah,
in
I
the
see
center.
some metal flakes. I wonder what that uh-oh. Look, I just wiped my finger.
I'm definitely finding flakes here and there throughout that media.
Look at how bad that is. Look at the tip of my finger there. I can feel a ton of it. Gosh, tons.
It's definitely in there though. I can see little bits and pieces to this media. A lot of it's settled right there. Some inside is definitely generating metal. You can kind of just see it. You see the sparkles here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while they just catch your eye like that. Get right in there.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That's a good one. The more I look, worse it gets.
Oh yeah, look it up there too.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if you'll do your write-up.
Yeah, I'll document some pictures on my end. Not much else at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
Either it's right on the, I mean, it's going out either way.
yeah, we've got 80,000 miles on this truck.
Well,
Dang
it's not
it.
too many, but
You can tell the guy takes care of the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing looks awesome. Darn it. Okay. Well, this comes to the point of the conversation where we compile all this information for this customer, give him the bad news, and then walk him through his options. This is a tough position to be in, both in the shop, more so for the customer. So we will do our best to present the options to him and help him out however we can. Let's go do that phone call. Hey, Calvin, this is Miles calling you back.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, it's going well, but unfortunately, I don't know if you got the news from the report that we sent. I don't have a good conversation for you or any good news for you.
Yeah, that's that's all right. I did read it yesterday afternoon or evening.
Okay.
But I also, like, when I brought it in, I mean, I assumed based on what I was seeing and hearing that we'd be pulling a motor. So it's not a surprise. It's a bummer for sure. But what are you gonna do?
Your truck is so cool. Like you've got it decked out. It looks like you put some good money into it, and the mileage at 80,000 miles. At this point, I wish I could give you some answers on why it failed and what exactly happened.
Yeah.
All I know is I put my finger in that oil filter housing, and it's full of metal. I mean, there's whatever has happened or come apart or breaking is catastrophic.
Yeah, that's what I was fearing.
Yeah.
I actually just bought that truck like 4,000 miles ago too, which is the real bummer.
No way. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
Have you done an oil change or anything on it?
Literally just changed the oil like 200 miles ago.
Okay.
And since Friday, I'm just like replaying in my head the oil change. I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? What did I forget? I feel like I did everything. You know, an oil change is a pretty straightforward operation, but I mean, the coincidence of it blowing up and me doing it is hard to ignore.
Yeah. I hate to speculate, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with the oil change. I mean, it's full on oil, and the filter was in correctly, so I don't.
Right.
To maybe
well, hey, that makes me feel better a little bit actually, because I was like beating myself up all weekend, like, man, what did I mess up? You know.
I'll just give you the facts, and some of the facts are it was full on oil, and the filter was in there. It was tight, and it seemed like it was proper. So, yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong.
Cool.
Our best hope at this point, and I know that you've seen some of our videos, with this particular engine, this 2.8 liter, we call it the BabyMax, like a smaller version of the Duramax. Our hope would be that when we remove the engine that we can find whatever's failed, and since it still runs, hopefully it's something that we can repair instead of totally overhauling the engine. When we go to a step like this, we call it exploratory surgery. I know we're gonna find something, and that something being the cause of whatever metal and buildup there is. At this point, the options really are, the engine's gotta come out and something's eventually gotta go back in. What goes back in is either we repair it, if that's still an option, or we overhaul or replace it. So essentially the labor is the same. It's got to come out and it's got to go back in. We just cross our fingers, and we tell you to cross your fingers and hope that whatever we find is repairable. But what we would do at this point is when the engine's out, we would send you pictures, kind of like we did in this report, this initial report.
Yeah.
We would send you similar pictures of the engine and then let you know what we found and then what the options are from there. That's our next step.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I know that you don't know like exactly the extent of the damage, but like, I mean, what is like worst case scenarios? I have to buy a new engine. Is that it?
Yeah. The worst case is you need just a replacement engine. As I kind of told you when it first came in, we're spread thin with our mechanics and even our office, so we just wanted to at least get you the report. I don't have an idea on pricing. This is an engine that we can definitely do for you if it comes to that point. But I don't have like a set pricing because we don't do enough of them since they're newer. So let me. I at least wanted to have the discussion with you, let you know what happened and what we found. Let me get back to you though. It'll either be me or somebody from the office getting back to you, letting you know pricing. I don't want to shoot out a number that I'm not confident on.
I mean, if it was something that could be rebuilt in some way, I mean, I know you guys, like, this isn't a common engine for you. Is it something you'd be able to rebuild?
Yes. I can tell you that our labor is going to be the same either way for the mechanic side of it to remove and install. The big difference is just going to be the price to repair the engine or replace it. So we'll work up those estimates for you and then get back with you here.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Again, thank you for your time, and we'll be in touch here on some options and go from there.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Calvin. As far as bad news goes, it's nice to deliver it to good people. Luckily, Calvin knew and kind of anticipated this because of the noise and things that he was hearing. Unfortunately, the guy has only owned it for 4,000 miles. If he wants to venture into what happened with this engine, we'll tackle it, figure it out. Sounds like a great guy. Unfortunate circumstance, but it does happen, and so we wish him the best either way.